Saturday Social is powered by FIFA 22 with PlayStation.
We're going to start by talking about the Champions League because it returned to our screens this week in the round of 16 knockout stages. Just have a reminder of where we stand so far. So just a reminder that only half the teams played, and of course these are all two-legged ties. So half the teams have completed their first leg. PSG, Real Madrid, epic game that one. Kylian Mbappe scoring late against the team that he's linked
Goal
with,
too.
of course. Great goal, yeah. Sporting Lisbon losing 5-0 at home to Man City. I mean, they're going to need it'd be a huge miracle if they turn that one around.
Never say never.
Never say never. This was an interesting result. Salzburg drawing Bayern Munich. Don't forget, Bayern Munich won all of their group games going into this. And Salzburg were actually unlucky on top for long periods in that game. And the other game was Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 2. A reminder of the other games. Chelsea play Lille, the first leg at home. Villarreal play Juventus. Villarreal, of course, the Europa League holders. Then Atletico Madrid against Man United should be an interesting one, that one. And Benfica against Ajax, who are flying high. Ajax having a very good season under Ten Hag. So, a lot of top teams left in it. What we're going to do is get our guests to create a tier list of all of the remaining 16 teams. You can see the Saturday Social props board is there to determine who is eventually going to lift the trophy, Joe. But there's a few criteria that you need to explain. So do you want to explain how this one's going to work?
Absolutely. So as you can see, the tier list is out, but it's a slightly different tier list. We've only got 4 categories today, 4 tiers to go through. There's only one top tier and only one team can go in the top tier. It is the winner of the Champions League. Think of this a little bit like your prediction, lads, but you've got to come to an agreement. Next up, we've got just missing out, which is going to be
finalists,
teams in around it, semi-final, final. Unlikely to win it, but you never know. Still in with a remote possibility. And finally, teams, forget about them. No chance. Absolute stinkers to be at this stage. But we're going to start in no particular order, in terms of ties anyway, because we are going to go through game by game almost, but in no particular order, with Inter Milan against Liverpool.
OK.
Starting with Inter.
So you've got the badge there, guys, Inter Milan.
Pick her up, and then what are we thinking?
2-0 down from the first leg against Liverpool.
I mean, that result and just showing kind of over the last couple of seasons what they've managed to do, but then losing their manager, obviously Antonio Conte, losing their star striker in Romelu Lukaku, I think that is showing signs of a bit of a decline, and then you get the result, losing 2-0 to Liverpool. I just think you look at them and you go, how are they going to bring that back? How are they going to actually do it? I would personally say that it's unlikely, no chance, probably no chance.
Yeah.
Not because of
I thought
Inter.
they played well against Liverpool.
They were very good.
They probably deserved something out of the game.
Definitely.
They deserved minimum a draw.
Yeah.
They were really unfortunate, and on another day, Dzeko puts them away, and maybe that is the difference of not having Romelu Lukaku now. But I think Liverpool fans came away from that thinking, like, oh, we kind of got a bit lucky here. Like, their goals, don't get me wrong, are great from them. I think Handanovic could have done a lot better in goal for them. But yeah, the fact that they're now 2-0 down and they've got to go to Anfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Saw it their season a bit into Milan. Played really well, but weren't able to get it over the line. And it's happened a few times in the league as well. Obviously, second behind AC.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really tight title race. And I think the focus is probably on the Serie A title for them, battling it out with
They are playing great for their rivals, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Milan and Inter who are first and second.
Yeah.
And they're still in and amongst it. Serie A, it's worth pointing out. They did have a lot of chances, I agree. But I think the fact that you've hit the nail on the head to that, the fact they're going to Anfield.
If it was the other way around,
loss.
Yeah.
it's a bit more. It could have been a bit more. Believable.
Liverpool will not give up that 2-0 advantage at Anfield. It's not going to happen.
No.
This could come back to bite me. This could get flipped up, but no chance.
Okay.
Simply because of that.
First team, Inter Milan, going to no chance. Next up is their opponents, Liverpool. As we said, 2-0 win. Doing great, aren't they, this season? Salah top scorer, 8 in 7 in the Champions League for Liverpool, that is. They topped the group unbeaten, didn't they? Winning every game, and they've won the competition 6 times. Where'd you put them, Kyle?
Oh, right, OK. This is going to be the first name drop of the show. I had an hour with Jurgen Klopp this week and Fabinho, and you speak to him and you
What's
think...
that got to do with this?
You speak to him and you think, this is a guy that can go on to win all competitions. I think they will manage to not catch Manchester City in the Premier League, but they're going to tighten up that title race. Then you've got the Champions League. I think that you've got other teams in there, the other 2 English teams that actually, 2 of the other English teams that are stronger, that actually will be able to do it. That will win it. And I know Liverpool fans will watch this saying, oh, you're being biased. No, I think they'll just miss out. I think they'll get very close, semi-finals, maybe even a final, but I don't think they'll win it.
Zac? Agree or disagree?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. I always want to put them like in the middle of winner and just miss out. I mean, they've got all the ingredients to win it, haven't they? They've done it with the same kind of players, if not improved the squad since then.
I thought Konate was great.
Yeah,
Konate, that depth adds to the team.
He's getting better and better. The fact that Joe Gomez just isn't playing is crazy. Like, he's a fantastic defender. And they've got arguably the best fullbacks in the world. And he just continues, and obviously Mohamed Salah, the best player in the world. But I don't think they're going to win it. So I think it has to go into just miss out.
They'd be my winners. Smithy, would you have him as the winner? Or
I think you made a good point there about the fact that they've done it and they've experienced that, because it's an interesting debate, isn't there, about obviously Man City, I think, probably the most exciting, enjoyable team to watch in world football, but they haven't won the Champions League. And do you think the fact that Liverpool have done it, when you've been in that competition and you've experienced that winning feeling, stands them in good stead? Is that what you're alluding to there? Because I think Liverpool have just got something special in the Champions League.
I agree.
The experience, don't get me wrong, the experience is huge, but also watching them against Inter Milan, like, as we said, they weren't necessarily deserving of a 2-0 win. Whereas every time I've watched, say, City, they have trounced teams.
fair enough. All right, so let's stick him up.
All right, we're going just miss out?
Miss out.
Okay, you said that, not me. All right, there we go.
Another team who I thought were really impressive midweek, unlucky not to win by more, PSG up next.
Well, Messi missed a pen, didn't he?
Yeah, and I thought Real Madrid were terrible, so...
I've got to say, great save. It was an all right penalty, but you think that with Messi, with that team, obviously Mbappe last final few minutes against a team that could possibly his team for next season as well. I think that they have still got that point to prove, like a Manchester City. They've reached the final before, obviously 2 seasons ago under Thomas Tuchel, and it didn't go to plan for them. They've got the makings to win the Champions League, just in the squad they've actually got. But once again, I just think there's other teams that are stronger. If they come up against Bayern again, even Real Madrid in the next round, I think Karim Benzema, he's going to have something to say about that result. If they come up against Liverpool, if they come up against Chelsea or Manchester City, I think all of those teams actually beat PSG. And that's why I don't think they'll win it.
Never won the Champions League, PSG.
I think I would put them in just miss out here. Again, I don't think they'd be winning the Champions League because they were dominant against Real Madrid, but they weren't dominant against Man City. It was almost like they were the Real Madrid against Man City. And to be fair, they obviously did have a positive result against you guys
They've got
in
those
the
players
groups.
that can have a...
That's the biggest thing
on their
for
day,
PSG.
can't they?
Yeah,
if Messi decides he's going to win the game, he wins the game.
Mbappe.
Or Mbappe.
Or Neymar. Or Angel Di Maria. Or, you know, the list goes on. Sergio Ramos at the back. Donnarumma in goal. Like, it just continues. And now they've got the experience as well with the likes of Sergio Ramos, who's done it multiple times, Lionel Messi as well. That may help them. It could be a final. They could make a final. And so I think they have to go and just miss out. Yeah, they are a very...
I agree.
All right, let's put it up.
Just miss out.
Very amicable so far. Let's go to their opponents then, Real Madrid. So don't forget they have that 1-0 loss going into the second leg. Top of La Liga at the minute. They top the UEFA Champions League group as well. I've got to mention Benzema as well because he is flying. 17 goals, 7 assists in the league, and he's got 5 goals and an assist in the Champions League. And again, don't forget Real Madrid have won this competition more than any other team. So talking about experience, a lot of players in that dressing room been there, done it before.
Yeah, they have, but... Then again, you look at that experience, it's great, but this season, will they be able to bring that to the table? They couldn't do it against PSG, and obviously that result is going to be very difficult going into that second leg. And once again, I'm comparing them to the English teams. I think the English teams are just so strong. I think any of the English teams, bar maybe one, I'm not going to say which one, could beat Real Madrid right there.
They're disappointing in the group as well against the likes of Sheriff, where they had a negative result at home. Inter Milan, they scraped through the group to some level. So I kind of agree. I think
it's unlikely. I think it goes out of just miss out. I actually think it's...
after the first result, that's totally fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unlikely?
Unlikely, yeah. I mean, they're kind of like exiting their golden generation and probably about to start a new golden generation with Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and probably Mbappe when he joins them in the summer.
The midfield three, it's an aging midfield.
Exactly.
As that midfield
Modric's
three is,
like 36
it's an aging
now,
midfield three,
Kroos is
isn't it?
32, yeah. So unlikely this year, but then next season they could be favourites.
With Mbappe, and if Haaland joins.
Exactly.
What I will say is there's a lot of years people have written off Real Madrid and they do get to latter stages. But you're going unlikely, it's your tier list, and they are 1-0 down, so that's fine. Let's move on to the next team.
Yeah, absolutely. Salzburg.
Interesting one, this.
This is a really interesting one because this is their first ever Champions League knockout stage, and they were so impressive.
I was really impressed with them against Bayern.
They're so well coached.
Should've won the
They are
game.
so well coached and well drilled that they are a nightmare.
Yeah, they managed to hold Bayern for so long, and you think that that would have been an incredible result. But it didn't go their way. It is a draw, and I think in that second leg, that is when Bayern, that experience, they've been there, they've done it. They're so strong, Bayern, as a team, that unfortunately Salzburg won't stand a chance, I don't think.
Won't stand a chance
against Bayern, because even if they do, even if they go through, there's still going to be other teams that they've got to come up against, and it would be a massive, massive shock.
It'd be the biggest underdog win.
100%.
Maybe since Porto. I'd say, a long time ago. I don't see anybody coming even close to if they won that.
I think it drops into no chance. I'm sorry. I
know what you're saying. 1-1.
1-1, they could go through to that next round. That could definitely happen. But winning the Champions League, if a team like Manchester City haven't done it, if other teams, if they've not, then how can Salzburg do it before them? I don't know. Maybe that's happened.
I hear what you're saying. For winning the whole trophy, this is as far as they've ever gone.
Go on, make a decision. Which category?
And I'll agree. No chance. They've got some fantastic young players coming through, and they are a joy to watch. But
and Bayern Munich are up next.
Let's talk about Bayern Munich then, because it's interesting. They won every single game in their group. I think they're in a group with. And they got with Barcelona as well.
Yeah, Barcelona and Benfica.
Barcelona and Benfica won every single game, but then drew to Salzburg, which a lot of people were surprised about. But they're still a huge European powerhouse, top of the Bundesliga as well.
Oh, 100%. And I think you can't write Bayern Munich off at all. I think you've got to look at them and say, it's almost a given that they're going to reach those semi-finals. They'll be pushing to get into the final as well. Again, it's interesting because we obviously saw what they've done over the last few years. They've managed to win the competition. We know how strong their team is. But then at times, they'll have a performance like they did against Salzburg, and you think, maybe they are beatable.
Happened in the German Cup as well, didn't they?
Exactly.
They have certain games where
they can look a bit suspect at the back. I think it's because Nagelsmann wants to fly forward with as many players as he's got.
Going forward, they are.
You saw midweek, it was like Coman, Gnabry, Thomas Müller, Sane, and Lewandowski. 5 forwards on the pitch. I think he just thought, I'm going to try and blow them away.
One thing I will say about Bayern is they're the team that I don't want to face. I've always said this. I think they are the best team in the world, and I think that on their day, they can beat anyone. And I think, as obviously a Man City fan, out of anyone, I think City over 2 legs or even a final, even though it didn't happen last year, that they could beat anyone except for Bayern. And that's what does worry me.
So where do you put them then? Are they
surely just miss out then, right?
I think just miss out because this year they are great. I don't think it's their year though.
I agree.
Good team to watch.
Absolutely. Let's move on to Villarreal, Europa League holders. I think we can wrap it.
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay.
Europa League holders, Unai Emery doing a pretty solid job there, right? But it would be...
If Inter Milan are in no chance,
long shot.
Oh no, they obviously have. They've not played yet, have they, Villarreal?
Villarreal haven't
they play
played
Juventus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could see them beating Juventus because, to be honest, Juventus are a bit of.
Let's talk about Juventus
Let's do Juventus as well then.
But then I'd probably put Juventus in unlikely more so than no chance, because the signing of Vlahovic is very impressive, and obviously he started on fire and he continues to really spur that attack on. And against Villarreal, I probably assume Juventus will beat them. But then it's
one of those Juventus, aren't they? And they feel a long way off of being at the elite of the elite level.
Indeed, but that's what I mean. They have just signed the best striker in that competition for them in the league, and so it will be very interesting to see how he performs in the Champions League for them. And just for Villarreal, like they solid defensive team, but.
Kyle's looking straight at the next badge.
I mean,
Benfica.
Let's move on to them. Again, there's plenty of teams in there that I think are just better than them. They've got no chance. And I feel harsh saying that, but I think that they could possibly go through to that next round. Maybe that would be a shock, but
that would be a big shock against Ajax. So Benfica, I know that Darwin Núñez is having a fantastic season.
Has he got 18 goals in the league?
He's got a few youngsters who are...
And obviously West Ham tried to get hold of him in January, failed with that €50 million bid. But Ajax...
Yeah, we've got to talk about Ajax because I feel like it's going a bit under the radar how well they're doing. They've conceded 5 goals in the whole league season so far, 22 games that is. They're flying in the league, top of that. Unbeaten in they're unbeaten in the Champions League group as well. And Sebastian Haller is the top scorer in the whole competition. They're doing really well, Ajax.
They really are, and I think that's the story when it comes to Ajax. It has been for a long time that they do go under the radar, and I don't think they actually are appreciated as much as some of the other European giants, because that's what they are. Ajax are a European giant, and I think that they should get more respect. And Sebastian Haller, we saw what he didn't do here in England. He's gone over, obviously, back there, and he's gone to Ajax, and he is lighting up the competition.
Perfect fit, that club for him, isn't it?
Definitely, and that's why you're seeing that it's working for him, for the club. But when it comes to the Champions League, once again, yes, he can do it. Yes, he has done it. Is he going to do it on the big stage of the final? Is he going to be able to win them that competition? I know my answer, Zach. I don't know what you're looking at it.
I feel like not for a winner, but I feel like could go into just miss out.
I totally agree.
I feel like Ajax have a very special relationship with the Champions League, and sometimes people go into the games not really respecting them enough and understanding how good of a team they are. And I think they'll definitely beat Benfica, and then it'll be interesting to see who they get into the next round.
And I think Ten Hag has proven that he can do it on big nights in the Champions League before. He's had a huge turnover of that squad and still been successful. He is working miracles.
Yeah, they've had some famous nights as well. Not against Tottenham, though. Put them up, go on, we'll move on then, Joe.
I kind of agree. Just miss out. I think they look really strong. Next up, then, we've got your side, the Blues. Chelsea.
I'm going to give that one to you, mate. You can have that one.
Yeah, no. You know what? One of the best things about Chelsea in the Champions League is Thomas Tuchel in knockout competitions is incredible.
Yeah.
So far, I think with Chelsea, he's made it to every final he could.
He's got to every cup final he's been in. Thomas Tuchel.
And I think his from Dortmund, he's made it to at least every semi-final or something like that.
With Dortmund, PSG, and Chelsea.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? And he's really, really good at going into games and kind of making it tough for the opposition. If we score an early goal, it is really difficult to then try and get us back it through two legs. And so I think the semis is a very reasonable shout for Chelsea. Yeah. It may depend what our league form is like as well. Then hopefully we'll be kind of comfortably into the Champions League places. Yeah, solidly at least into third.
Do you think it needs Romelu Lukaku to have a big final 4 months of the season? I feel like if Romelu Lukaku suddenly turns it on and just finds his feet, starts scoring goals, I think Chelsea's had a great chance of winning it, because when he's on fine form, he is borderline unplayable. But it's not worked so far.
No, I completely agree, yeah. I mean, Romelu, if he's come back from the Club World Cup, he scored 2 goals, maybe not the best of goals. One of them was literally fell to his feet. But sometimes that's what you need as a striker, and he's very much a confidence player. He loved playing under Antonio Conte, who was telling him you're the best striker in the world every single week. And so a little bit of confidence and a little bit of something going his way, I think he can really, really turn it on. Obviously, we're playing Lille, they're not to be laughed at either. But if we can kind of have a strong performance against them, I think we'll be pretty good.
So where are you putting them on the board then? As a Chelsea man,
to win it back to back, is that going to happen? Is it going to... Come on.
I backed them last year.
I think you should put them in just miss out. I think just Chelsea. Just the current holders under the best.
They make the final, then they lose. Is that what you're saying?
I think if we make the final, we win.
You don't think they win? You don't think you'll win though? Just to reiterate, you don't think Chelsea, as a Chelsea man, will win the Champions League this year?
As a Chelsea man, I don't think we'll win the Champions League.
Wow, so interestingly, we still don't have our winner, Joe. I think I'm gauging who it might be.
Man United.
We still don't have it. Lille is the next club. So should we rattle through this one? Well, I mean, put it where you want, but I'm just thinking time is against us slightly.
OK, there we go.
I feel more unlikely for Lille.
You think?
Honestly, they've got Chelsea, of course.
Yeah, I think Lille. Like,
so kind, mate.
That is very kind.
I feel like
third best defence in the competition so far, but they do have Chelsea. They are underdogs, rank outside of a lot of people.
Put them there.
You're going to go straight there? OK, let's move on to the next. You both agree. Let's move on to the next fixture, which is Atletico Madrid against Man United, which is an interesting one.
Ooh. I think that's a very tough fixture for Manchester United. I actually think Atleti will...
Terrible teams at the moment.
Atletico's last result was losing to bottom of the table Levante 1-0 at home. They have fallen down the league a bit.
That could happen. You have a bad day.
Why do you think that's a difficult tie for United?
I think that the way that Atleti play, I think that's one of the teams that Manchester United wouldn't have wanted to come up against. But like you said, both teams aren't in great form right now. Are they going to win the competition? No, I don't think that at all. Can they go through to the next round? I think it's you can toss a coin and say
really
one of the two.
It is a 50-50 one, that, isn't it?
I think so, definitely. And
I think it's a battle of goalkeepers here. Oblak's having a stinker of a season, and this could be. You might see Ronaldo
returning home, mate.
Is this what I mean? And De Gea is in impeccable form, so I could see probably like Ronaldo scoring 3 goals over the two.
Ronaldo does love a goal against Atletico Madrid.
And the Champions League is
the Champions League. I mean, Ronaldo's a huge reason why United are at this stage of the competition. 6 goals in 5, is it, in the group stage?
Basically, to carry us through single-handedly.
Atletico definitely unlikely.
Unlikely? Atletico and Man United, putting them in.
I think unlikely. And then I would love to put them there, but I just think it's...
You don't think there's anything...
I feel like people are underplaying United in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong, like they haven't been playing great football. I completely agree. And at times they are a mess. They can play good football for 45 minutes. The second 45 it is really poor. But the Champions League, like, you can be poor in the league and have a great Champions League run, especially when you've got players that are really committed to it, like someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, who has spoken many times about how much he loves the Champions League, and he's arguably
Something does happen with Ronaldo in the Champions League.
He's arguably the Champions League greatest ever player in the Champions League for the amount of times he's won it and everything.
Yeah,
and so
Varane's experience in that department as well.
Exactly, and the way David De Gea's playing, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they got to a semis. I really wouldn't.
Would it?
It would surprise me, yeah.
Big time. Big time. We're
going
scraping
unlikely.
past Brighton at the moment. Like, they played us off the park. If United win the Champions League,
Hey, Chelsea
honestly,
won the Champions League in 2012. We finished 8th.
Yeah, that's fine.
Gary Lineker over here doing the show in his fancy. If
United win the Champions League, I'll do a show in my pants. It's not happening.
There we go. Oh, wow.
he said it.
Suddenly supporting Man United. Right, so you put them in unlikely. There's only 2 teams left.
I've already put
One's
one.
the winner, so it's either Sporting Lisbon or Man City.
Yeah, I mean, Sporting, come on.
5-0.
At 5-0, I've created a whole new category for them.
Can you imagine
just there.
they turn this around?
I mean, it's not going to happen.
No.
Like,
It's
it's not
sorry for them.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wanted City in this round, did they?
Let's just talk about your winner then.
Yeah.
The only one left is Manchester City. Kyle, Manchester City, we all agree, probably the most exciting team to watch in European football. They've won every... They haven't won the Champions League yet, though. Why have they not won the Champions League, and why do you think this year they will win it?
People will say that over the last few years that Pep has overthought it. People will say that he's done and changed different things, which he has changed things. You can see that.
I was going to say.
However, if those things would have come off, everyone would have said he is a genius, it's Pep Guardiola. I don't think it's a case of just overthinking it. I think there's lots of different factors that have come into play. We're coming up against great teams as well. Let's not underplay the teams we've come up against last year.
Why didn't he play a DM?
Why didn't he play Fernandinho or Rodri? I don't know. But we're coming up against Chelsea, a great team. They were the better team on the night. However, this season, I mean, I've said every single season it's our year, it's our year. It's very difficult, let's be completely honest.
There's only one winner out of 50-something teams.
And that is why Sir Alex Ferguson, he only won it twice at Manchester United over all of those years. It's an extremely difficult competition.
Get it up there, then. I'm tired of talking about
So this year is the year that it happens. I've said this every single year. I do think they will be the winner. I think people will argue and say that they're not the best team in terms of the most exciting team.
Yeah.
You can't argue that they're not the best team in Europe.
OK, well, there is the completion. We'll have a confirmation. That is the Saturday Social Champions League tier list. And Kyle going with Manchester City. I saw Zach nodding in agreement as well. So they're both agreeing. He just said, yes, that Manchester City will win it. Interestingly, the draw of the quarter-final, semi-final and the final takes place on Friday the 18th of March. Let us know what you think about the tier list on Twitter at Sky Sports PL.